Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your June forecast. I can't believe we've actually already made it to the midpoint of the year, but we have. And the exciting thing right now, to me it almost feels like a New Year's reading, because you get a chance to reflect on how far you've come or what your challenges and obstacles have been, and then looking at the opportunities ahead. So this is a really good month to hit the reset button and get closer or clearer on your sort of goals and aspirations. It's a second chance in that sort of area, which is a great segue into your channeled information. For those of you that are new, every month I like to select a card deck that I'll be using for each sign, and before I read for the sign, I meditate. Your message that came through while I was meditating was a couple parts. The first was about second chances, and we were just talking about that. And really what this is leading you towards is renewal, a feeling of basically like everything is refreshed and basically new opportunities. So that second chance is more than just like what you would experience in a retrograde. It's a chance to reimagine something. So if there was something in your past, whether it was, again, maybe a relationship didn't work the way you wanted, or you tried to sell an idea, or you just wanted to do something with your life and it didn't quite work out, this is a chance to do it again, but with a slightly different perspective. Not basically going down the same road, repeating all of the same sort of ideas. This time, the encouragement is to go bigger, to think larger, to try something that's outside of your comfort zone. But that second chance that's opening up, these don't happen all the time. So if you feel that opportunity this month to try again, I highly encourage you to do it. Just try to do it in a way that is much different from your first approach, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and shuffle the cards. And as I was saying, I like to organize this reading into a few parts. What you just saw was the channeled information. Now I'm going to take a look at the Celtic cross for the month, which will really show me the overall energy for Scorpio. And then once we get through this, I expand the forecast to look at health, wealth, love, and then destiny. Really gives every sign a chance to see all of the options, all of the good and the bad and the in-between. So wow, there is a lot going on with relationships this month for you. We'll get to that just a moment. I have one additional card that I like to pull before I interpret what I'm seeing. So this extra card, which I consider very, very important, perhaps the most important of any card that I pull, is a catalyst. And this shows me how all of the cards here are connected and what sets them into motion. So your catalyst this month is... Okay, so there's three things that I'm getting when I look at this. The first one is a feeling that things that have been constant and steady in your life are being uprooted this month, or removed or extracted. The other thing is, for some of you, this is a chance to let go. It actually could be a chance to deliver things as well. So that might be because you've been holding on to something for a long time. So perhaps you've been thinking of selling your house and been holding on for either nostalgic reasons, or you just haven't been emotionally ready to do it. This month might be an easier time to do that. Some of you may be delivering a baby this month. For others of you, it might be about announcing something important in your life that you want to tell people about. But I feel like there's an opportunity to deliver. There's an opportunity to completely change things. So like, to me, this is very symbolic of like a combination of the World and Tower cards reversed, because we see both like this, a pregnant woman with this tree, and that's showing me two things. The tree is stability and planting roots. The fertility symbol in here, the reversal of that, is showing me holding on. So I'm getting a sense of instability and then letting go. It's kind of the reverse of this, or delivering. So the other thing that I'm getting here is that there is definitely a mental connection between all of these things. So during this period, you have an opportunity to either welcome in the change, or to sort of like dig your feet and your claws in and think, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to change, this is not what I want. My encouragement is to try to find a way to go with the flow of energy, but it is very difficult. I can see that in the cards that I'm going to show you right now. So that catalyst was spot on, because we have three very intense major arcana cards crowning here. Your crowning card is Judgment reversed. Judgment is showing that your mind, your perception, is actually going to shape your reality. I see two cards here of emotional turmoil. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse with the Three of Swords upright. And these two cards are pretty much how they look. The Ten of Swords in reverse, we'll start with this. This is really saying that your opportunity this month is to move past a disappointment. This might be a disappointment in a relationship. It could have been a health mishap, something that went on in your body or in your life, or an accident, perhaps a car accident, something that happened where it's changed the way you feel about your body, it's changed your body, but your chance right now is to either like focus on the difficulty or focus on the recovery. And that's true whether it's emotional or it's physical or it's a relationship. I get a sense of things coming apart, and for many of you not going the way you want. The Three of Swords, nobody's favorite card, but what I like with this is these difficult cards are in the center, which means that it's not like you're expecting something to happen here. Much of this is already underway. The difficulty here, as we look at the Seven of Swords, is the decision from your perspective on what to do. You really do have a choice here. Ten of Swords is reversed, so do you want to stay or do you want to go? Do you want to try to mend or do you want to move on? When I see the Page of Swords, it's your decision and people are waiting on your cue. They want to know, what are you deciding? What are your insights? What are your decisions on this? So you're going to be basically in the driver's seat this month, which puts you in a place of power, even though things may not exactly be going the way you hoped or dreamed they would. As I'm looking at the deep past, it looks like last month, even the past part of this year, we're looking at maybe the last 5 months here, have been very work intensive for you. A lot of people have been asking for your time, your energy, your insights, and that can be exhausting. I understand that. What's good about this month, however, is new opportunities are opening up. We talked about that channeled information here about second chances and renewal. So as soon as you sort of let go of whatever this is, I see new opportunities on the horizon. We're looking at something that's probably coming in around the 15th or 16th of the month for you. Eight of Wands rather in reverse is saying slow, steady, but eventually very busy. So I see work picking up, your social life picking up, and for many of you, the toughest part of this month could be your thought process. The Eight of Wands is a busy mind, lots going on, the wheels are turning. The question is, what do you want to focus on? And do you have like a meditation practice right now? Because that can help. Environmentally speaking, we're seeing an older individual coming into your surroundings. So this can be an authority figure, often male because it's the Emperor, and usually a significant age difference between the two of you. Now, for those of you that might be exiting a relationship, this might be the way the person's interacting with you, because when we look at these cards, Ten of Swords, Judgment, and Three of Swords, this is a very Emperor-like spread, which is showing that some people get very stuck in their ways mentally. And if you're dealing with a very stubborn person, you can't always win, quote unquote. There's no such thing as winning and losing, but when it comes to trying to sort of like come out of an argument and be the one that's perceived as a winner, you're gonna have a very tough time with this person. And I would say pick your battles and focus on other things in your life that are going your way or that are providing more opportunity for you. Now on to some of the lighter and brighter cards in the spread. When we're looking at hopes and fears, we have the Page of Pentacles. It's in a reverse state. The reversal is saying don't give up when it comes to maybe getting turned down for a loan or not getting the job that you want. Keep applying, keep trying. It's on the return efforts or the return attempts that your efforts are actually rewarded. And what I see is by the end of the month, a feeling of either happiness, joy, or relief. For those of you that are single, a chance for love. For those in relationships, a chance for felicity and happiness within your relationships. And for those of you that aren't seeking any sort of a relationship change, this is a chance for you to focus and basically channel your energy into creative endeavors, whatever you want to do, something that brings you passion, whether it's fixing a car or interpretive dance or writing or drawing or singing. You can do something with the arts or something that's tangible, or just put it into work, because that kind of energy, that second chakra energy, can go into anything. It doesn't just have to be a relationship. A couple of notes about the earlier cards in regards to health, because I didn't want to forget this before I go. This is a really important month for you to take care of your back. If you're having any sort of pains in your neck, in your mid to lower back, get an adjustment. If you can, go to a chiropractor, see your doctor if it's chronic. Take a look at what you're doing as far as sleeping and walking and holding yourself. This is definitely a card of spinal alignment, pain, and chronic fatigue. The Judgment card in reverse is also a card that comes up when it helps to talk to other people. You're maybe having a difficult time in your life. This is a good time for counseling, for support, for any type of groups where you're feeling that you're not alone and that people have your back. I really want you to be careful with your heart this month. If you have any history of heart disease, really superb time to change your diet for the better. Lower cholesterol, more physical activity, basically making sure that your blood and your heart are in good condition. So whatever that means for you, making sure that you're taking care of those two areas. So just wanted to say, for those that have susceptibilities to either back pain or joint pain or having anything with their heart going on, again, cholesterol issues or heart disease, take care of yourself. These cards are reminding you that you have many years ahead. What you do now can affect you positively in the years that come. So preventative maintenance, basically. And then the other thing, again, is I don't see these as negative cards. I see them as you moving through things. So this is about not feeling like things have happened to you. They're happening for you. You're going to move past them. It's okay to not be happy with everything as it goes on, but this card is an ending. It's all tens give you a chance to walk away and move on. The 3 here is about understanding why or how you ended up in this situation. It's not a punishment. It's a wake-up call, basically. And the important ones here is you're going to end the month on a very good note. You have a lot of resources, a lot of people to support you, and you can also do a lot with your work this month and get ahead if you put the energy into that. Okay, so one other note that just came through to me, sorry it's a little bit out of order. This is not the month to start a new business. This is the month to plan. So if you were thinking of starting something, I'd rather you go into the phase of talking to an attorney, putting your business plan together, and getting everything ready for a July launch instead of June. Okay, let's expand the forecast now and take a look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. Your health card this month, which includes mind, body, and spirit, is going to be unfoldment, unfurling, things gradually starting to happen. So with your health, this could be, like I said, there might be something that you're sensing that's a change. If that's happening, get that taken care of, take a look at it. On a positive note, if you're starting to make those changes that are going to be healthy or mindful of a better future, you're going to start to notice the changes. Really good month for intuitive development. The Lotus I associate with intuition, spiritual growth, and higher frequencies. So when some of these other things might be going on that test you, any energy that you put into meditative sort of tasks or activities are really going to benefit your body. Let's take a look now at your career and wealth. For those of you that are students, it's showing school. For those of you that are retired, it still has to do with money. But let's just see what wealth has. Balance, common thread this month. It's come up a few times. Also reverse for the other sign that I read it for. The reversal of this is making sure that you're not overdoing things in any area of your fiscal sort of life. So this means not saving so much that you don't have enough to live on, not spending so much on luxury items that you can't make basic needs or obligations, and basically enjoying what you have as well. So occasionally treating yourself and not feeling guilty about it, not basically going in excess in any area. Balance things out pretty evenly and you should be in a good place. The other good news with this, even in its reverse state, it's showing that there shouldn't be significant changes in finance. The only thing that I saw is that trying to extend the finances this month could be difficult. So you may have to borrow a little bit of money, or there may be an unexpected charge that puts you slightly out of balance, but I don't see that as a long-term sort of thing. Let's take a look now at your love and relationships. Your love card, and I'm really curious about how this is going to relate to the changes that we see with Ten of Swords reverse, Judgment reverse, and Three of Swords. Let's see if we can temper that a bit. So it says, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And this has a lot to do with the second chances that we were talking about. So this is White Eagle Ancestor Spirit. Really what this is about is, to me, this is neither maternal or paternal, but it comes through on like a grandparent level. It's like one generation removed, and it's sort of purposely an androgynous card. So I think it has to do with one generation up. It's not your parents, but your parents' parents. And there may have been something that in your love relationships is affecting you because of how your parents were raised. That was a wordy way of saying that. So your grandparents may have left a positive or negative legacy in your family. If it's something you're proud of, you can continue those traditions with the knowledge that this is something that is great, that has been handed down to you. If you're ready to make a change, maybe there's been a history of substance abuse, of physical abuse, of depression or whatever, you're the first person now that's going to be able to change the trajectory. So know that, just as we saw the Page of Swords in the center, you are empowered. You might even be a little bit of a rebel. You get to take charge and take control of your life. So with this, you can also call on your ancestors that have passed for assistance in making the changes that you want. And now let's take a look at your Destiny card, which is all about opportunity, and it's absolutely malleable, changeable, and it's just showing you the direction in which you're going. So if you like it, stick with it. If you don't, change it. This is showing, again, we talked a little bit about prayer and meditation. Absolutely a great time to connect with guides and with ancestral spirits this month. But it's saying here also, for those of you, you might feel like you need a miracle. This is a month to pray for something to come through, for things to change in a significant way. It will help. And the other thing with this, prayer does not have to be alone. In fact, with meditation and any sort of spiritual activity, it's intensified by like-minded or people of a higher frequency. Your prayers, your energy can be basically supported and lifted by those around you. So I would say this is a great time for prayer groups, any sort of spiritual circle or magical circle that you might be a member of. Practice your faith with others this month, okay? Let's review everything, and I want a reminder here. I know there were some sort of transitional cards. Some months are a little bit heavier than others, but what I see this month is a lot of change, a lot of shifting, which is it's a great blessing from the universe. So we'll go through all of these changes and opportunities. Sorry about the background noise. Your channeled information this month was second chances, and renewal being the sort of underlying purpose of these second chances. And what we were looking at here when we were seeing your catalyst card was a combination of things. I said it reminded me of the Tower and also the World. So for some of you, changes in marital status, change in location, a delivery of a message, not holding on to things. It's time to let go. It's time to move on. With that being said, change is not always easy. In fact, a lot of you worked really hard to get where you're at, and it's difficult to let go. You might feel like this change on some levels just came out of left field. It's not what you want. It's all in how you perceive it. We see the Seven of Swords, the Judgment card, and the Page here saying people are looking to you for how they should react. If you take a deep breath and think, I can weather this, this is just an opportunity, then this card kind of dissolves. If you're really happy in your life, these cards are more about health issues for you. Again, looking at your spinal health, maybe getting an adjustment this month, looking at your cholesterol and your heart health this month, being kinder to yourself. Trying not to stress or hold stress in your body, because your back and your heart are two areas where that stress can be sort of focused or can radiate. Focus on the opportunities. There are many this month, really great opportunities. I said to hold off on starting a new business. Also, try to avoid getting into any disputes or arguments with someone who has a tendency to want to be right. Focus instead on really putting some energy in your finances this month. We have the Page of Pentacles. It's reversed, showing me that it's important to have a clear idea of where your money's going, how much you've budgeted for the rest of the year, and not to freak out if you have to spend a little bit more this month. I don't see it lasting. I see it as a temporary blip. Relationships are going to be the best part of this month. Whatever you need to get through in the beginning of the month, I feel you'll transition past it. new friendships, new support, new opportunities, or a deepening of existing relationships is going to happen. Again, if you're single, happy, and not looking for a relationship, this card means passion. Put everything into what you love, and you'll see a return in that area. As we expand your forecast again, health, it's about subtle changes. For the positive or negative, you want to pay attention and either continue the positive stuff or course correct if you're feeling something that's out of sorts. Definitely a good time to get your cholesterol screened, to get an overall physical, since we were seeing some health cards come through. With your money, just keep it in balance. Know that you might temporarily be imbalanced this month. You'll focus on how to bring more balance in the months and weeks to come. When it comes to love, trying to break your familial sort of cycles that you don't like, and celebrating any sort of traditions. Maybe bringing back a tradition that was lost and feeling a connection to your past because of that. That's going to help you in your new relationships. And it might also represent some challenges for some of you if you're dating someone of a different culture or belief system than you hold. It's reminding you that everybody has something that's sacred, seeing if you can find a happy point in the middle that's going to bring you the most sort of like tranquility. As we mentioned at the end here of the sort of initial spread, that being in groups this month is going to help you when it comes to counseling, when it comes to prayer, any sort of religious or spiritual or magical things that you work on. Groups are going to help you this month. So I know there's a lot of heavy stuff that's on your mind this month, but overall, really good note coming through with relationships. So know that you have a lot of support and a lot of people around you. Lean on them. They're there to help you through this change. And whatever it is that you need to move through, I see it happening and then going like you moving past it. So this is a month of transition and lightening of energy and spirit. So with that being said, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I know you have a lot of choices. If you'd like to stay in touch, the easiest way to do so is to subscribe to the channel and also opt in for notifications. There's both a subscribe and then this little bell icon. You can click on both and you'll be kept in the loop whenever I do a new video or there's something newsworthy on the channel. I also have a newsletter, so if that's a little complicated for you, you can just sign up for the newsletter or join me on social media like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I have links to all of that in the description area beneath the video, so you can find out more there. If this was really helpful and you just want to say thank you, I have an option, again, in that description area for you to donate. So feel free to do so if you feel moved to, but this is not required. This is a sort of service that I do for you guys. Finally, I just want to say thank you. Really, the likes, the subscribes, and the comments, that's why I come back every month, and it's great to know that this is making a difference. I wish you all the best, much love, much happiness, and the support that you deserve and need this month. Namaste, Satnam. I'll see you again in a month's time. Bye-bye.